Peace Collective, my name is Kay and I'm a messenger of the universe. Welcome back to my channel, y'all. Even if you're new here, this is not the first time that our souls have crossed paths, y'all. Let's get started with this reading and see what messages are coming out and what y'all need to know, collective. If you were drawn to this thumbnail, I honestly don't have much to say based off of the thumbnail, except that I feel like a lot of y'all who are drawn to this thumbnail, you have very, very divine protection, and this is kind of a spin-off of the last collective video, of course, but your angelic energy is being it's being targeted by some people. People could be trying to ruin your reputation, collective, and I just feel like you could be dealing with psychological attacks or spiritual warfare in some form, if you believe in that, of course. But I kind of get that, there are people who are trying to, get into your bubble, collective. A lot of y'all are, in this self-healing bubble. You're just in your own world. And I just feel like there are people who are watching you from the outside, and they're trying to plot on how to get in. And I just kind of feel like they can't figure it out, collective. You're really hard to figure out. And a lot of y'all have divine protection around you, and you kind of, scare people who don't have that protection or don't know what it is or don't understand it. They can sense something around you, but they're not quite sure. And for those who aren't really in tune with energies, they probably will assume it's you doing it, that you're responsible. Maybe you're doing witchcraft, or you're doing that to them, or you're doing whatever. And I feel like it's not true, collective. Y'all really just be doing your own thing. And even in the last video, I said, you can't control how your ancestors protect you. So people just got to learn to play, they got to play it cautious, because it's not even just about you, collective. It's about what you represent to the world, what you represent spiritually to your ancestors. And when you have a really big mission, collective, trust me when I say that everything is just going to start falling into place, especially if you are living on that path, doing everything you're supposed to do. And I just feel like there are people who are kind of bothered by the fact that you know what you want out of life, you know who you are, you know what you want to do, you know, you know what goals you want to achieve, and you may not know what you're doing 5 to 10 years from now, collective, but you just have this trajectory of thinking, this trajectory of moving that just was super duper impressive to people. And I feel like a lot of y'all are understanding that there's a reason why people could be trying to hide you. People could be trying to shadow ban your content, or just kind of trying to downplay your energy, downplay your impact. And I feel like a lot of y'all don't really fall for the games. I keep getting a recent message. It's a message on repeat about my collective. A lot of y'all maintain a steady energy. You don't let outsiders influence or impact you, and if they do, you cut them off very quickly. However, I am getting a message about how this energy about you, the way that you can maintain a steady vibe, this is something that's really attractive, collective. And I feel like some of you could be feeling tempted to switch up or tempted to follow trends, but you're being encouraged not to do so, because a lot of y'all are setting the pathway for the future. You're setting up yourself for the future. And I know that sometimes when we're doing things that are investments into the future, sometimes people are that may not work out, or it just may not be something that an investment that's going to give you a good return. And I kind of feel like a lot of y'all are realizing that people have been trying to discourage you from your path because they themselves don't understand it. A lot of people who resonate with my collective, I talk a lot about this poem, this Robert Frost. Well, there's two different quotes. I'm going to quote from two different poems, but one is two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. The next one is the crownless again shall be king. So I feel like the main idea with these quotes from my collective in particular is that a lot of us don't walk a path that other people understand. A lot of y'all are, just for whatever collective groups you're around, you could be doing something that's just not the norm for your collective group. If you're a Black woman, maybe you decided to not take the traditional route to school. Or if you are a man, you decided to get into more spiritual pursuits that's, considered female coded. And I feel like a lot of y'all are kind of realizing you are here for a reason, and a lot of y'all are meant to pave the way for others. And I am getting natural talents and gifts as well. People are going to want to know what books you read, what knowledge you have, or how you've learned the things you learned. And a lot of y'all I'm getting are very clear cognizant. You really just know things without knowing. So people could be wondering or trying to learn from you. Some of y'all could write books, or people want you to write a book about something that maybe you haven't, how to read cards, or how to read astrology cards, or not astrology cards, astrology charts, or something like that. I feel like there's something you do you're naturally good at, and you don't even have to really do Like, you didn't have to read thousands upon thousands of books to become good at what you do. It's just something that comes very naturally to you, collective. So you may kind of be coming to the realization that you're just naturally good at certain things and you don't really know where it comes from, but it's something that can really benefit you, collective. So I'm going to pull some astro cards and see what y'all need to know. Some of y'all could also be from Alice Love Exists collective, because I am picking up some of her energy. Like, her voice in particular is what stands out to me. I actually really love her voice. So some of y'all have a really attractive voice, okay? Like, people just love to hear what you have to say. And they go back and watch your old content. For those of y'all who are content creators, like, people really can't get enough of your like old videos and stuff too, because they just like to hear your voice and they really appreciate like the guidance that you put out there, collective. 10th house in Pisces. So some of y'all could be making a job or a career out of your spirituality, and I see this being a very abundant path for you, or like there's just a lot of career opportunities that are going to come to you, and it may feel like insanely lucky, or it just may feel like just unordinary the way that these things manifest for you, collective, because a lot of y'all aren't really, you don't come from the most privileged backgrounds, but you just know that there is magic out there in the world, and that a lot of interesting things happen to you where you're like, angels, God must exist, because, you know, there's just certain situations you've made it out of that just kind of prove that to you. And some of y'all are just aware because you're spiritually in tune. You meditate often. You're connected to spirit directly. So I kind of feel like a lot of y'all are realizing you're the one who's kind of overlooked, or people are realizing you're the one that was overlooked. Like, you're really pressured, collective. And I really feel like there's people who try to like stop your growth, people who think that they can influence what you're doing in life, or they think that they can throw you off your game, and it's not happening. Like, you guys maintain a steady vibe that just is yours. It belongs to you, collective. And with the Pisces and Jupiter, I just feel like a lot of y'all are looked at right now as very lucky and extremely abundant, especially when it comes to like your career or how you work. Pay attention to your 10th house, collective. This is what people are paying attention to right now. This is what people are talking about. They really are talking, chatting about like your career and how you guys know what you're doing, and that maybe your spirituality helped you become abundant too. Some of y'all could be manifestors. Like, people are wondering what your routine is. What do you do to manifest? Like, I feel like there's a lot of people a lot of y'all might be getting fame because of this, something you manifested when it comes to career or finances. Reputation as well. Like, a lot of people know you to be someone who's extremely abundant, and like, it's almost like you just manifest out of thin air, okay? It's almost like people just look up one day and you're just doing something extraordinary. So I feel like this is the sort of thing that people are saying about you right now, that you just know what you're doing, even if you don't, okay? And you kind of seem like you know what you're doing. Pisces, like, you guys are very emotionally expressive too. I feel like this is what shocks people about your abundance, is that you guys are able to tune into your feminine energy and masculine energy in a strong balance. And I feel like one of the things that people are saying about you right now, collective, is that your spirituality is the reason why you're abundant. That the way you believe, like your belief system, whatever you believe creator as, like, there's something unique about what you believe, and it's like these doors are just opening up for you, and people are just watching from afar. And I am getting specifically with Pisces, this could even be religious people talking about you, or people who belong to a religion, because Jupiter can represent like institutions like churches, and Pisces is literally like the representation of religion, or whatever happens after death. So I feel like this could be people in religious positions, or people who belong to religions, who are talking about your abundance too. And even if they don't believe in what you believe in, collective, they can tell that you are abundant in whatever it is that you believe. Like, I feel like they're just impressed that you can believe in your creator and still be abundant, or that you can believe in your creator and still be fulfilled and happy. And I feel like it inspires other people to double down on their own faith, so that they can create abundance too. Like, you're really inspiring people, collective. Like, you're really inspiring people to even get more serious about their own religions and their own faiths. Because, you know, some of y'all aren't even like religious yourself. You're just highly spiritual. Like, there's just certain things you do and don't do. There's certain rules you have. And I feel like this is also like what inspires other people too. Not even if they want to be spiritual, but just the fact that you have something that works for you, collective. And like, people can't take it away from you. That's also what it is. I feel like people are bothered that they can't take away this gift from you, that it's something that you're born with the 8th house that I keep getting for the collectives. And I feel like you guys definitely have a soulmate on the way. And you know, I usually like avoid love energies in my readings at all costs, because it's mainly about self-development, but sometimes relationships are a part of that. But I do feel like for a lot of y'all, you could be feeling lonely on this journey. If not lonely, you just want a companion. You know, you just want someone who gets it. And I see that being gifted to you, collective. This could be an Aries as well. Some of y'all, it's not romantic, but it's just about you guys learning to love yourself more. And you could just be going out on dates and getting to know people if you're not really interested in building a long-term commitment. But I do see that long-term commitment is on the table, and someone here is also going to want to marry you. They want long-term commitment, and this person kind of feels like you could impact their reputation in a really good way. And I feel like this person really loves how spiritual you are too. Like they're gonna really love how like you guys know a lot about spirituality or symbols, patterns, the occult, whatever. And they could know a little bit, but they don't know too much about it. But this is something that really, like, they love this about you, collective. And I just feel like whatever it is that you feel insecure about, this person's going to really love it about you. Or they're not going to even think twice about the things you're embarrassed about, collective. So don't be shy, okay? And with the Emperor card again, y'all are the boss right now. Like, y'all are calling the shots. And I feel like this is why a lot of people kind of want to get to know you and take you out on dates as well, because they know you call the shots. And that when you, even just being around you, just makes people look good, collective. Even just having you by their side, just, you'd really be surprised to find out how many people are just interested in someone just because they know you, or just because they saw them walking with you one day or talking with you. Like, people are like, I wonder like what that person has that makes them so interested. Like, I feel like it's not just about you, collective. It's about your energy being contagious, and that the people you love, the people that you love, collective, people are curious about them because of how much love you give to the people around you. And that like you kind of gatekeep your love too. Like, you're not gonna give it to just anyone who's asking for it. But I really feel like a lot of y'all are just kind of the people who, like, people from the outside looking in, they like, well, they want a piece of the pie. They're like, that looks so much fun. You guys make your life look so much fun. I'm hearing like a movie. Some of y'all could be content creators, but it's just about the way that you post, or the pictures you take, or the videos, whatever. Like, you really make stuff look real lit and interesting and fun. And you could be doing the most boring thing in the world, but you make it look like it's like some fascinating thing, adventure that's happening. So it's just about the energy, the way you dress. The way you dress is so interesting, but the way that you like decorate yourself or decorate your life is really fascinating, and just makes people so interested in you, collective. And a lot of people are just saying like, they're kind of saying that like they wish they kept their heart open to you, collective. They really wish that they were more open to your love and more open to seeing things from your perspective, or just seeing things from a different perspective. Because I feel like some of these people could have just misread you, collective, and they thought something about you that wasn't true or something like that. And I feel like a lot of y'all are kind of like, a lot of y'all are realizing that it's time to make space, okay? It's time for a lot of y'all to make space for new things to come into your life. Some of y'all could be getting rid of friends, even family members for some of y'all, just toxic, anything in your environment that's just not serving you. I feel like a lot of y'all are feeling more confident and comfortable with letting those go. And because you're so open to change, the universe is like, I will bless you tenfold. Like, I will give you the best changes you could have ever seen in your life. And I really feel like you're teaching people how to keep their heart open and how to maintain faith even through the hard times, and even through the times that aren't certain. So I feel like a lot of y'all are really teaching people by the way that you guide yourself. And you may think you're not really doing enough, or that you know, not that many people really care about what you're doing, but you'd really be surprised, collective, when your impact, and that you really don't need like 100 million people tuning in order to make change. All you need is that one person, okay? All you really need is that one person who can really set the bar for you for how inspirational you are. So don't forget that you are impacting the world every single day, because you are very disciplined. You put in the work, and you care about taking care of the people around you, and people know this. You're abundant. And some of y'all are just like, I feel like you could feel like people want to be around you because of your abundance. Like, they just want to be around you so they can benefit off of the wealth you have, or the opportunities, you have the just the doors that you have access to. People want a piece of that pie, collective. So just be very protective over your energy. And I keep getting a message about, like, you would probably leave someone for less. Like, they breathe wrong, they're gone. They talk to you with a little bit of attitude, you don't like that, and they gone. Like, I kind of feel like a lot of y'all need to take on this mentality, not because these people don't matter, but because a lot of these people are just trying to see what they can get away with you, collective. They want to see what they can get away with. And a lot of y'all just are very kind, naturally kind-hearted people. You assume the best with people, even if they show you their worst. But I feel like a lot of y'all have to just learn how to protect your spiritual energy, especially what you tell people, like, about your manifestation rituals or helping them manifest things. Because I feel like you guys can help people manifest things, but at the same time, some people could take that for granted. And, you know, you guys just have to learn how to keep your energy safe, because everyone won't be able to appreciate what you're giving to them. And anything else? Jesus could resonate for this collective. Some of y'all could really love Jesus. Let's see, Aquarius. And again, some of y'all could just be feeling mental exhaustion, because I am getting for this reading, it's more mental than physical. Like, your physical body's fine, but like mentally, you've been up to so much. Like, you have a lot going on your plate, you have a lot you've been learning. So some of y'all could just feel like a mental overload. But I kind of feel like this is actually going to help you. It's helping you expand your mind, believe it or not. And I feel like you are actually, like, expanding your capacity for your own knowledge and understanding. And I kind of feel like you're going to be helping yourself put the pieces together. You have friends and community who care about you, collective. That's what you need to know for sure. People really appreciate, like, how you have a good relationship with change, that you guys are never going to, you guys just have a good mentality, collective. Like, your emotions, the way you handle everything right now is actually really impressive, even though I know a lot of y'all are under a lot of pressure and it's not always easy to keep your head on straight and to maintain this calmness. But I feel like people respect that about you, that you guys are you're peaceful people. I'm gonna pull some cards from another deck. Okay, I'm going to shuffle from this deck, and we're going to see what other messages are coming out for y'all, collective. I have some incense burning, so don't mind if you see the smoke on camera. Just to cleanse the energy as I'm reading. Release. Freya, boldness. That's Aries energy. Fire sign energy in particular. Yemaya is water sign energy. Bastet, pleasure. Okay, I feel like, I don't know, that's not giving any sign for me. Pleasure. And resurrection. Okay. Newt, Freya, Bast, and Yemaya. Okay, I'm noticing the smoke is like right over Newt in particular. I think that's interesting. A lot of y'all are going through a really great comeback. Some of y'all could be from the greatest comeback video. I think it was like Paint the Town Red or something like that. The thumbnail was like entirely red. I feel like y'all are coming through like a really great comeback, collective. Like, people really did not think you were going to come out on top, that you would come out successful. And I feel like your reputation again precedes you. And a lot of y'all are known for being able to bounce back from like BS, bounce back from anything that is sent your way. And especially like energy and spiritual attacks, like people will be watching you to see if their magic worked. People will be keeping tabs on you to see if the energy they sent towards you worked and stuff like that. And it's crazy because some of y'all could resonate with people trying to like ruin your birthday or something like that. And I'm hearing like, don't feel bad, collective, if someone is like intentionally trying to ruin your birthday. Because first of all, the fact that you're the center of their world so much, like they remembered your birthday just so they can ruin it, is crazy. Like, I can't believe I'm that much of a main character in your life, first of all. Second of all, these people really, I mean, the second reason why is not anything to do with you. It's really more to do with them. And if you know how your ancestors move, you gonna wish them well. You know, you're gonna be like, well, I hope you get what you deserve, you know. But some of these people out here, I feel like y'all are realizing like some people kind of deserve some of the crap they're in, you know. And they could have came to you first with a sob story and like making you feel bad about it, and then you kind of realize over time you're like, you're doing this to yourself. Or maybe this person is just leaving out information, important information that would change your entire opinion about the situation. They just happen to leave that out, you know. And I kind of feel like a lot of y'all are catching on to this type of stuff, and you're just like, y'all are weird, you know, like y'all are not okay in the head, like y'all actually need help. And I feel like, again, like the way that people move is making it a lot easier for y'all to love yourself, to stay in your own bubble, because you just see how like unmasked people are. When they get unmasked, they just like, they don't look the same. They look evil. Like they don't look, you just don't see them the same, collective. I feel like some people are really like, you're kind of changing the way you view them as a person because of their actions and the stuff that they continue to do, their patterns. And it's like they don't change, they don't want to change. I intended to make this video a little bit shorter, but something today just told me like, keep recording, Kayla, like don't stop recording, like keep making this video. And so I'm just going to continue on with these cards, y'all. I feel like with the boldness, a lot of y'all are not afraid to go after things that make you feel good, okay? Boldness and pleasure, like you're not really playing about going after things that make you, that genuinely bring you fulfillment and happiness. Like you're not really okay with lying to yourself or lying to someone else to make them feel good, especially at your own expense, collective. And I think I mentioned a little bit of that in my last video too, about how like you just are, like a lot of y'all, you're growing out of people pleasing behavior. Some of y'all are already out of that. Like you're just like, hell, like you just don't play that at all. But I just feel like it's making you more attractive though. That's the thing. Like a lot of y'all, you would think that like this fieriness about you would make people turn away from you, but it's actually making you more attractive, because people are kind of like, sheesh, like they gotta, like some of y'all are just sassy naturally. Like you just have a little bit of like edge to you, and you can't really help it. Like it's just who you are. Like the things, like the way you respond to situations, you may be perceived as more sassy than you actually are. You may be perceived as being more rude than you're actually trying to be. So I just kind of feel like y'all are just like, you're just, I just see y'all shrugging stuff off and just being okay with that. And then the people are kind of bothered that you're so indifferent about the situation, that y'all, it's the indifference that bothers people, collective. Like I feel like it's the fact that y'all don't like, you're not like, oh, I'm finna do magic on them and spells to make my enemies burn, or like I'm a be doing this to make my ex jealous, like I'm gonna be doing that to make, like a lot of y'all literally absolutely do not care. And that is what really makes people upset, because y'all just don't care. Like you're not even trying to go out of your way to get attention, nor going out of your way to not receive it. It's just like a lot of y'all just like, I don't care. Like you could literally do whatever you want with your life. I'm not like, a lot of y'all just don't want to be involved with some people anymore, and it's like the indifference that bothers them, especially because they've been trying to like do stuff to get under your skin, like I said, ruin your birthday or ruin holidays for you, or just ruin your day in general. And I just feel like a lot of y'all not going for that. You're just like, no, like I'm gonna just go find people who don't make me feel like trash all the time. Like it's not that big of a deal. And something about that just bothers someone. It could be someone in particular or people, depending on, you know, who's watching, of course. But I kind of see a situation like that coming up because a lot of y'all just choose your own pleasure and you choose things that make you happy. And some people aren't used to people like that. Like, they just really aren't used to someone like you who's just like, yeah, I'm doing this unapologetically. I don't feel sorry for it or ashamed. Like, girl, bye. I feel like a lot of y'all are just kind of like moving differently, and then like people don't understand it, and I don't know, it's like they feel like you don't deserve that. Why do you think you deserve someone who wants to provide for you, collective? Or like, why do you think you deserve someone who's going to treat you with respect? Like, and some of these people, like, they're only used to dealing with not being treated like that, so of course to them it's like it feels unachievable. But for you it could be like literally your normal. Like, it's literally your normal to be you know, like some of y'all could be like dark skin or brown skin and you have pretty privilege, for example, so you don't really relate to some people who are like, oh, every black person is just bottom of the totem pole, like we everybody gonna treat it. Like, I don't resonate with that. And I mean, it just is what it is. Like, I just can't, like, you can't change your truth for nobody else, collective. And I feel like some of y'all are just kind of coming to that understanding, like, especially because I was talking about how you were born with whatever it is that you have from the last video. So you can't really, there's nothing you can do about it, but it doesn't mean that you're allowed to like treat people like garbage, of course, or whatever. I believe that if you know you have a power, you should be using it to help people that you know don't have it like you do. So I kind of like bring it to y'all's awareness so that y'all know that you can literally change the world. You can literally inspire people to use their powers for good. Like, they don't have to be beautiful and evil. They don't have to be spiritual and evil. Like, it's there's like an energy here where y'all can guide people to do what's best for them. And of course, not everyone's gonna resonate with you, but at the same time, you know that the right people will resonate with you. So a lot of y'all are just really understanding your shyness. Your shyness don't really serve you at this point in time. It won't be serving you for this chapter in your life, because you have to really step into this bold energy and start going after stuff unapologetically, and like not being afraid to just speak up for yourself and do the things that bring you pleasure, and of course are not hurting anyone else or yourself in the process. So Newt, that one is standing out to me. Freya, Bast, Yamaya, Newt. Some of y'all could be mothers with Yamaya. She represents the waters. I feel like a lot of y'all could have daughters, or you just have like many daughters. If you don't have daughters, you could also be a teacher, and there's a lot of young women who look up to you. In particular, I'm getting like young women or girls, and I kind of feel like there's a nurturing quality to you as well, collective. And it's kind of interesting that both water and fire came out too, because they're like literally like opposites on opposite sides. But I kind of feel like at the same time, that's how it is for you guys. Like, you guys are not really ordinary. Like, you can represent two embodiments of healthy energies of two. Sorry, I don't know if that was kind of confusing, but you carry an energy of like healthy embodiments of these energies. And not that you're healed all the way, but you're healed enough to where like other people can kind of like learn to use this to their benefit and to help heal themselves too. Like, I feel like a lot of y'all are very, very protected, especially by the water in particular, and even by fire. Like, I don't know if you have like a lighter nearby, or you light candles, you work with fire or something like that, but this element really stands out. And recently one of my instructors mentions how we should be working with the elements, and for him, he likes to work with the earth, with gardening. His wife likes to clean the dishes, working with the water, and for me, I like to cook, so I work with fire. And I kind of feel like that's how y'all are like seeing your life, and the way that you move is like you're working with different elements. Sometimes you're working with ether, sometimes you work with water, sometimes you work with fire, sometimes you work with earth, and sometimes you work with air. So it really just depends on the day, collective. And a lot of y'all know how to like transform between these different energies as well. And the way that you can like, it's almost like changing hats or like changing outfits or changing character. And you guys know how to really like embody the best version of yourself, no matter what room you're in. And I kind of feel, again, there's something about like the core part of you that is the same. That's the main part that attracts people, that at your core you're always the same human, you're always the same person with the same heart, but you just may change certain parts of yourself or refine. That's why I put in one of my poems, I said we're refining or something like that, because that's kind of like, we are already built, we're just refining what we already have given to us. That's kind of how I view healing. Like, we're not going to be perfectly healed, but we can always refine parts of ourselves and, improve the smaller parts that are going to impact the whole. So I kind of feel like a lot of y'all are learning to release things that ain't it, releasing fears, doubts, other people's projections or insecurities. And a lot of y'all are kind of like finding yourself being more bold these days and kind of like just feeling happier, just being bolder and confident. And I'm seeing it's actually working out for you too. Like, a lot of people are like, dang, that person's really like standing up for themselves and standing on business, and they really mean it. And like, they don't play. Okay, that's kind of the vibe here. Like, it's not just about your ancestors don't play, collective, you don't play. And that's kind of like your reputation right now, or at least what people are saying is like, you do not play about your happiness. You don't play about your joy, your love. You don't play about the people around you. So yeah, that's kind of like the vibe I get. Like, people know, like, it is what it is. Like, these are my people, And some of y'all, I'm getting, it's an intuitive message. I'm seeing like a mutual friend who is like, this person really loves you, collective. Like, they absolutely adore you. They could be a Leo, or like some of y'all haven't talked in a while. This person wants to reconnect with you. They could be a Leo though. I don't know why, but me and Leos get along real well. So baby, all the Leos, and shout out to Fabiana, one of my favorite Leos. She's incredible. So amazing. So yeah, I kind of feel like a lot of y'all are understanding that real love is reciprocated, whether it's platonic or romantic. And a lot of y'all are surrounded by people who really love you, especially friendship wise. I feel like you really impress people with the way like your friends love you, your friends show up for you, how they give to you, how they spoil you, how they reciprocate the energy. And I feel like you'll really be surprised by how much people just care about you, and they just want to make sure you're good, collective. And a lot of y'all are just wanting to have a fresh start in life too, because of a lot, you've just been through a lot, and you just want to move to a new area perhaps, or you just want to start a life of your own. And I see that being successful for you, and spirit kind of guiding you towards this as well, because I feel like this will really benefit you a lot. And I feel like some of y'all could be afraid of moving out, but you'll find that it'll be the best decision you make for yourself. And a lot of y'all are also naturally enchanting too. And I kind of feel like that's why you have a lot of people who are watching you and keeping an eye on you, because you naturally enchant the things around you, the way that you present yourself, or the way you take pictures, or the way you create content, the way you design things, the way you do whatever. It just really is with your own touch, with your own love. And, it just has an unforgettable, remarkable qualities. So this is what is going on around you energetically. I really hope this reading resonated for you all. If it did, drop a like, comment, and subscribe if you want to join my beautiful community of my lovely ravens. My name is Kay. I had the pleasure of being your reader today, and I hope to catch you in my next video. Peace.